Check your electric bill. I'm sure you've noticed you've been paying a bit more for your bill every month. That's because there has been a rate increase. Joining us today is Christy Woodworth, Vice President in Marketing and Communications. Christy, thank you for joining us this morning. How are you doing?
Great. Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Great. Okay, let's get right into it and talk about that increase. Bottom line, Christy, how much are bills increasing now?
So the most recent increase customers will see on their bill is directly related to the cost of fuel that it takes to generate power. And that's a straight cost. What we pay for fuel is what customers pay. It is significant because the price of natural gas has been very, very volatile over the last 18 months or so. And it does mean it's an increase of $9.73 for the average residential customer, which is way beyond a typical increase that we would take. But we do have factors at play that are beyond our control. Like many Americans, we know that Oklahomans are feeling inflationary pressures across the board, and that is simply also true with fuel, and Oklahomans are not alone in this. OG&E customers are not alone in this. We've seen municipal providers and co-ops within the state, as well as electric companies all across the country are impacted by this, as well as natural gas heating companies as well.
So $9.73, that's how much the bill will be increasing. Can you explain, you kind of already did, but go into detail about why OG&E approved this latest increase? Walk me through the process, the decision of the rate increase, and where exactly this number came from. How do you justify it?
Sure. It's actual cost that we have already paid for fuel to generate power. The way the process works, and it sounds a little counterintuitive to the way that we buy most things in our lives today, is that OG&E purchases fuel so that our power plants can generate electricity, put it on the grid so that when folks are at home or at work, they can live their lives, right? They need electricity to live their lives. And so what we monitor over the course of what is usually a year is the fuel factor right for everyone's bill? And because of the volatile price of fuel, we went to the commission and looked at what had been collected in that fuel factor for a period of time this year. And we were under collecting because of the cost of fuel. And so while we do have some strategies to mitigate some impact, we've got natural gas in storage. There's a portion of our fuel buy that is contracted for a certain price on the first day of the month, which can protect us a bit over the course of the month. What the $9.73 accounts for is under collections through August 31st of this year. And so that's really just what the price of fuel has done. It's not something that we like to do. We like to be able to look at it annually. Something important to note is when the price of fuel comes down, then the fuel factor also comes down. And that actually happened in 2020 as well. So it is a variable part of every customer's bill. Usually we can adjust it up or down on an annual basis. That is not true of the current environment that we have today. There are supply chain constraints. Candidly, the war in Ukraine also is impacting natural gas supply. There are a lot of global factors at play, which is also why it's not just OG&E alone. PSO, the second largest provider in the state, also had a fuel adjustment increase that was up, and they were about in the same range.
Okay, Christy, next week you do have a quarterly conference. AARP says you do expect a profit of more than $375 million this year. Critics may question why you're not using this money to help cover some of those costs rather than passing it on to consumers.
It is a great question, and we do have multiple stakeholders. Our priorities are to build our communities, support our customers, and deliver shareholder value. We are an investor-owned electric company, which means that our shareholders are frequently teacher pension funds, state retirement funds. 40% of our shareholders are regular folks like you and me. They're called retail investors, but they're individual investors. And so they depend on us as well to deliver the right return. We do invest profits directly back into the company to secure the grid. We have low income assistance programs. We do have bill assistance programs for customers. And so we have to balance all of those needs. While we serve customers in Oklahoma and Western Arkansas, We also do, whether it's a capital market, there are a lot of, there's a national aspect to OG&E as well. And it's important that we're competitive with electric companies across the country. And that's good for Oklahomans as well.
Okay, Kirsty, we have a little bit of time left. Really quick, you talked about inflation. How will OG&E be helping customers who may be struggling to pay for this increase in their electric bills?
So we do want customers to know that there is assistance, and we do understand this is difficult, and we do care about our customers. There are a number of programs available. One, which was actually part of our most recent rate review, is that our low income credit was increased from $10 to $13 per month. There's a program that's run by the DHS department. And for folks who qualify, that's a $13 credit a month on an electric bill for 24 months. And folks can call our customer service. I'm going to give you that number. It's, if you're in the Oklahoma City metro area, it's 405-272-9741. We also have some pricing options, like our average monthly billing for folks who need predictability in that bill. We'll average your last 12 months, and so you can get a predictable amount for your bill. There's also a program called Guaranteed Flat Bill, that your bill will not rise above a certain level. And then we've also got energy efficiency programs, that it's amazing what can happen to your electric bill when you are more energy efficient in your home. So there's a program called Weatherization that's available to customers with household incomes of $60,000 or less, that really can become thousands of dollars of investments at no additional cost to that customer, that really can help drive the bill down. So all you have to do is go to OGE.com and check out our programs and services. There's a lot of things that we can do to help, and we do want to help. It's very important that our customers let us know if they're having a challenge paying their bill, and we can sometimes connect them to other social service agencies and get them connected to assistance, in addition to the assistance we can provide as well.
All right, Christy, thank you so much for your time today and letting us know how much bills will be increasing.
Thank you.
Thank you. And if you miss any of that information, you can go to KOCO.com or check out our As Seen On section.